This is Kal Kat, the Kal Katster. And it's been a couple of weeks since the Orville new episode. It was a brand new one tonight on the 11th of April. Sanctuary, directed by Jonathan Frakes. And Marina Sirtis has a cameo as the, teacher person, replacement for the other teacher. So Marina Sirtis is in the episode. We also have the Ted Danson character. He's back as the Admiral. The episode is... Let's go right into it. The episode is about the Mocklins Society. The Mocklins are a weird xenophobic culture that's hyper-masculine. They're basically all those hyper-masculine, toxic masculinity, masochist guys. Not masochist. That word for men that are don't like women, basically. So they're society, and basically kind of opens with a bunch of old doing on the ship. The 8-year-old Mocklin boy that was a girl in the first season, but they augmented her into a him, and started the whole thing in the second episode of season 1. So he's a transsexual child. But he got changed into a boy, and then, the Mocklin Society generates, they can do that with, with genetics. They can, make someone's gender change, and they force everyone to be a male. And there are some women that are born on Mocklins, the alien planet, but they usually get exiled or they run away. Hence this episode where we get to see where they got exiled to. The Sanctuary planet, it's at the K-type star. They go to the Sanctuary planet and discover that the women, which leads to at first it starts out with these two Mocklins that are hiding a girl child on the ship. The boy gets in trouble for being mean to a girl in school, and this leads to this Vortis showing him the error of his ways by taking the kid to see the kid in stasis. The kid in stasis is dropped off on the Sanctuary planet, but they're not too sure which planet it was, because they told him it was this one planet, but it wasn't. It's actually this other hidden planet. So they go to this other hidden planet. That's where the Sanctuary is. And Mercer goes to Earth to try to barter a armistice peace treaty with the Mocklins, so to keep the Sanctuary planet, because the Sanctuary leader, the poet lady from season 1, is now the leader of the planet, and she wants to do the whole Sanctuary Society kind of thing, quasi-religious idea there, even though Seth MacFarlane is an atheist. He doesn't really go for that. But the idea that the refugee sanctuary thing. It's also clearly a riff on the humanitarian crisis in South America, where all the people are there aren't really caravans, but they're saying they're caravans. There are some people that have come up from South America to the U.S. border and are trying to get in, and they're ending up in camps, and it's messed up. That would be another topic for another time. However, this is not a political rant episode. It's But this episode of Orville was doing what classic Star Trek did, and what Star Trek should be doing, putting a spin on modern culture and what's going on, and saying and we're going to do it with aliens, and say these aliens, toxic masculine alien, American macho men aliens, are being jerks to their women. Basically, so let's make fun of let's riff on, let's scold them for being toxic. Cool. So I'm sure this episode will annoy the people that are against SJWs, social justice warriors. I won't like that. But this episode, more so than the Captain Marvel movie, which really didn't go there. I mean, except for it being a lady in it. So there's nothing wrong with that movie. So they So it's like the humanitarian crisis thing. It's kind of like with the aliens. Even though it says in the Statue of Liberty, if you're tired, weary, yearning to be free, they kind of ignore that in Washington. Um, but yeah, so this story literally goes on the nose and calls it Sanctuary Planet. That's pretty funny. The funny thing is that even though, uh, yeah, so it matches the politics of the area. The thing is over there on the East Coast, they call places like San Francisco, which is 50 miles from here, Sanctuary City. We don't call it that. Isn't that odd? We don't call it that. It's just a city. It's the city, but it's not a sanctuary city. It's the city. Up there, in the bay. So there's the way San Jose. That's another city. That's not a sanctuary city. I guess they might call it that, but it isn't really. Anyway, so yeah, funny how that is. But yeah, the Orville, a good episode directed by Frakes. Very similar to in plot to the main bad guy, toxic masculine alien dudes in the Canary sagas that I wrote that are coming out this year. And yes, they are coming out this year, and you'll be able to read about that. And they're not connected to the Orville at all. But yeah, I wrote about characters like that as well that banished their women to another place. So their women then come back, and that the Admiral lady, minor spoilers, their women come back and disrupt their all male dominated society and completely mess with it. But they're aliens. They're done through they're in that story. It's different. It's very similar. The Mocklins and the Taras are not related, but I'm sure the Orville people were thinking along the same lines as Mark's Cards and I discussed. A lot of the stuff that they were doing on the same lines. Mark's Cards has seen about all of season 1 and has seen 2 episodes of season 2 so far. I've seen all of season 2 so far, and season 1, of course. Yeah, so this was a binge watch. Well, not a binge. This was just a first viewing of this episode, which is a Kal Kat episode. So cool. I did not write it, but it's very much like something I would write. It's a Mark's Cards episode too, so we're together. Very much so. He didn't write it either. You see, yeah, unlike certain internet trolls out there that think they pitched for Star Trek and did all kinds of things, which they didn't. It hasn't been pitching for Star Trek in a very long time. And there isn't now either. Not since the 90s. And back then, yes, you could. There was a contest. It was an exclusive contest, though. But it was a long time. Oh, yeah. But we're thinking along the same lines. We were raised on Next Generation. Well, classic Trek was in reruns. We were raised on Next Generation, and we write stuff like Next Generation. If we were asked to do a Star Trek, which would be awesome, other than our fan film, that is much beleaguered after the 3 years in limbo. But after we might actually be getting around to finishing that last 25 minutes, but maybe not this month. Hopefully next month. Also, there is Fanime coming up in May next month. And the next month, there will be a Kal Kat movie of sorts being done there during Fanime. It may not be a Blair Witch parody. It may just be a film. They're going to do a Fanime film. It would make more sense anyway. But, yeah. Alien spaceship. Yeah, it's the 25th anniversary of that. And in August, still haven't gotten tickets for that yet, but in August is Comic-Con. For some reason, it's in August this year, and Jason Momoa will be there, the guy who played Aquaman. So, he's at the other one. Is he at that? Yeah, he's at that one. Yeah, Comic-Con. Stan Lee died, so we won't be seeing Stan Lee, but I did get a chance to wave at him and say hi to him last year. I didn't get his autograph. Should have, but know that he was going to die. But yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, that's other stuff going on. And the Orville episode was fine. Oh, that was good. Yes, so